I just realized something.
What?
Without the headphones, it looks like I'm being fucking interviewed for something. Uh, but maybe you can tell from my dress, but this is a Thanksgiving episode of the Geek Goonz. I am Reese.
This is TK. For me, it's more like an indigenous day.
Yeah, Indigenous Peoples Day. I don't think anybody looks at Thanksgiving as the, whatever that holiday is anymore. We don't view it as this.
I mean, I know for a lot of it's for a lot of people, it's just a tradition of getting together with family and eating.
Yeah.
It's just the name that they attach to it is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I just like, just pay a day off. I get an off day where where other people I know are more than likely off.
Yeah.
So I can, go see them, have food, just say what's up.
Yeah, it's one of those moments. We just call this Thanksgiving, I think, to cut the shit short.
Yeah. Because it's more universal, I guess, among us.
It's like the thing you call something, just for a point of reference. But yeah, this is Thanksgiving episode essentially. We probably don't title it that, I'm sure. But yeah, this is Geek Goonz, and we are here. I also wanted to come in here and correct you with something as an opener.
What?
Based off of some leaked documents that came out today. Leaked documents that are referencing when the PlayStation 6 is supposed to be dropping. This motherfucker said that shit was at the half of its life cycle for the PS5.
Well, I mean, we're 2 years in.
That's not half the life cycle.
It's close. Like we're.
Fuck no.
Then, because in the conversation, I was like, it's half the life cycle, and he was like, I mean, we 2 years in, but we getting there. Like
hell no. First off, they said that shit's coming out in like 2026 or 27. Like either one of those.
Let me see when the PS5 came out.
2020.
Yeah, so 2026. That's when it's gonna. Yeah,
that's 7 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, no. 26 is from 2020.
26, 27. That's what they said.
That bitch it's gonna be holiday 2025.
They literally leaked documents said 2026.
Is that shit confirmed?
Yes, nigga. This is from leaked.
But has it been announced?
After this episode, you'll.
I know.
Yes, this is confirmed leaked documentation.
All I'm gonna say is,
you're sorry.
At the latest, 2026. But nigga, I'm putting my money on 2025.
All right, so he's putting his money on 2025.
Hold on.
He's gonna reach for this one.
Okay, no. 26, because that is 6 years. You saying 7 years threw me out.
Literally, they said it'll be released between 2026 or 2027.
It's gonna be on 2026. I guarantee you, holiday 2026, because that's exactly 6 years from the.
I mean, that's more of a believable thing than saying, but that's still not fucking life cycle. That's not half. We're not still at half of the life cycle.
We're literally 1 year away from half of the life cycle.
We're not at the half of the life cycle. The moment at which you made the statement, we were not.
And right after I said it, I was like, you know what, Reese?
We will verify that information, sir.
I literally said,
we'll verify.
You literally brought it up right afterwards,
right.
And I was like, you know what? That's not. You're right. It's not the half of the life cycle, but it's close enough. So I'm just gonna say that shit.
All right. Either way, it is Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for?
I'm just here. I'm not thankful at all.
Okay. Things I guess I'm thankful for. Family, friends, obviously, of course.
PS5.
Thankful for my PS5. I'm thankful for Overwatch 2.
That motherfucker is actually.
This sounds
superficial.
Good. This sounds superficial, but I am thankful for these things. Like these things are they keep me sane on a daily basis. I'm thankful for the people that obviously I guess the audience would never know that I know personally. But everyone
maybe come a little bit closer to the knee.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I need to get a little bit closer so you guys can hear my voice. But yeah, I'm thankful for a lot of things, Thankful for life at this current moment, as crazy as shit gets. But yeah, that's what I'm thankful for. Twice says he's just thankful to be here, so I respect that. I feel that. So you mind?
Well, there's a lot of these Black Friday deals going on. And
Oh yeah.
as you see on like, I'm pretty sure you probably saw on my computer like Best Buy's up. There's a couple of things I was looking at, and I was just like, man, like since the internet became a thing, like a lot of these deals like aren't really that good.
No,
it's like because you like if you watching the internet, you watching like when like you get.
Would you think that's because of the internet though?
Yeah. Like I mean, before let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Before online shopping got as big as it has now, you used to could get relatively like, oh my god, I only can get this in store. There used to be better deals, but
yeah.
That's like
true. That's true.
I was like looking at some stuff, and I was like, oh wow, this is like kind of a price drop. But I was like, I recently like I've gotten this item for like maybe like $20 or $30 more. It was like in that case it's a TV, so like $20 or $30 more or like $50 more. I'm like, it's not really big enough for me to
it's not
wait it.
I don't think a lot of Black Friday deals right now are big enough to make you just kind of jump out of your seat unless it's something that you just absolutely needed.
And that's, I mean, I saw a video game, Gotham Knights sells like 70, normally $70 going for 30, and I was like, that's not a bad deal, but eventually it's gonna go. The price is gonna drop.
Yeah. Speaking of games that are out right now, I really wish is God of War on Black Friday sale? I doubt it.
No.
Yeah, I doubt it.
No.
I wish it fucking was. I haven't gotten God of War yet, but I'm looking forward to getting that. No fucking Black Friday deal. Unless somebody on eBay wants to give a Black Friday deal about it.
I was gonna get the God of War 1
Yeah.
for like on like the Steam sale.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it and it's only like $30.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not really a deal because I can buy like the game at any point from a place called CD Keys, where you get like key codes and stuff, and it's like it's legal and legit. But
he's like, I can't promote pirating on my platform.
And it was like the regular price is like $23. So I was like, okay. I was like, that's not really like I don't have to get it right now. Like I can.
Yeah, you can wait on it. I really wish. I don't think there's any like older games that I really need that are on like a Black Friday deal. Nothing that really jumps out at me. And no real like movies or anything that I think I personally need. I think I've never been the Black Friday shopper, at least not in my adulthood for the most part. As a kid more so, but as a teenager, I guess.
Yeah, and I've gotten like most of my like anything. Yeah, and this come from me working in retail. Anything that I kind of just wanted, I was on top of, and
you're able to get some sort of deal in that. Yeah, that's fair. Black Friday deals. That's a part of Thanksgiving. I don't know if the internet made it worse. Because I think many can argue that the internet has made Black Friday shopping a lot easier. You know, like people don't have to go into the stores. There's no fighting over shit anymore. Like you just order it. Like you order it, you just got it. Like that's pretty much. I mean, I guess it has its pros and its cons. I guess one of the benefits of it going internet is, you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your people.
I mean, to me, specifically this time of the year is just like if you got something that you wanted to get that you can keep your eye that you've been having your eye on, you know, just check it out. You might catch it at a good deal.
Yeah, you might catch it at a good deal. Absolutely.
That's actually what that's literally what this holiday to me is. So. Which I don't think I've told you about this, but I don't think we actually like had a conversation about this.
Well,
but you know, like I don't celebrate like the whole Thanksgiving and Christmas type of thing, and the main reason I don't is because like outside of like me not like the whole like history behind Native Americans, my mom having a significant amount of Native American heritage on her side. And for me, not really being Christian. Yeah. But even outside of all of that, it's just a very materialistic type of holiday. You know, like even from me working in retail, you know, seeing it firsthand where like people's worried about getting this person this gift. Like, you know, they're worried about, you know, this person's gonna like this gift. Oh, this person didn't get me the right gift. Oh, this gift that you got me wasn't the gift that I wanted, or to me wasn't the gift that you should have gotten me. So it makes me feel like that you don't appreciate me or understand me. It's just a very nasty like time of the year that sort of brings out the worst in people to me.
In retail you'll definitely feel that. You'll definitely see the worst of a lot of people. because they kind of wait all this time for these moments, these one moments where they have to get something for someone that they love. And growing up, I didn't celebrate holidays. Obviously, you know that. So I never really like my view of holidays is a bit different because the entire time I've grown up, I never had those. I never really participated in those things, right? It never felt like anything for me. And then as I got older, I actually feel I think the opposite of what you feel, right? The opposite being that my view of holidays is it's so it's so joyous that it's just kind of like a um I just view it as a moment to be around people that I love in a in a weather type that I love, in clothes that I love, like it doesn't really feel for me like everything is necessary. Like I don't have to do this. I don't have to have someone telling me like, hey, I need this, I need that. It's just kind of like a moment of family gathering, friends gathering, um, and Thanksgiving. I guess I don't really and Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. It's probably my favorite holiday. Just period, right? That's Reese's birthday actually, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
That's funny.
Yes, right. I always say that
Hi, Reese.
yeah, I always say that he's so self-centered he had to. I don't always say this. He's going to correct me. But I've said before that he's trying to like match Jesus on a birthday. But Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, as well as Thanksgiving, just because of the feel of it. I don't really have many negative thoughts about it, and I take the I use discernment to take out the good parts of these things, right? Christmas for me is not necessarily gift giving. It's more of like the lights, the feeling, the what it's supposed to be, what its meaning, and Thanksgiving, it's like, all right, spend time with people, give thanks, in the moment of that. But shit, we come out of America, man. It's hard for us to find some shit that's not tainted with fucking fucked up history. To be honest,
so two things about that.
Yeah.
First thing, it's so hilarious that because you, like, not in a bad way, but it's hilarious like that because you haven't celebrated these holidays traditionally as like a kid. You're essentially like a kid since you started celebrating.
My enjoyment of it, like I'm like, oh shit, I want to actually do this, like,
because that's how like a lot of us who've done it like most of our lives, we feel like that's how we felt when we were kids, and then we got older, and the magic sort of left. So now
I wonder. That's kind of interesting. Now that poses an interesting question of like, because clearly I think going forward in my life, I'm going to be the person that not necessarily participates in the holiday itself, but just kind of enjoys. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I enjoy to have these moments. So I wonder if my kids are going to be like feeling like you, essentially. You know, I guess when
they get older.
Yeah, hopefully I don't make it feel that intense to where they don't want to enjoy it. I hope they still feel the same thing that I feel, which is like, this is just a moment for everybody to slow down, see each other, because you have the summer to go out and be, do your thing. Like that's what summer's always felt like, and this is what winter's always felt like. And a lot of years I did not participate in these things. So as I get older, it's kind of like, fuck it, let me enjoy it. Fuck it.
So
like,
funny thing, and this picture's like lost to time. This isn't the second thing I was gonna tell him, but I actually took a picture of this guy and he actually helped me set up his first like Christmas decorated tree back when we were like teenagers.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was a good moment, and that those things I like to participate.
Do you still have that picture?
I don't know.
Or is it like, it might be like, because
that shit's like a decade.
Do you ever go through your messages and just like delete like phone numbers?
What do you mean?
Like from your like messages,
like the thread of the message? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
If you have my old phone number,
I probably don't have that. Like that thread, that's a while ago, nigga.
You might if you didn't delete it. Like if you use iCloud and it's the same Apple account.
I mean, maybe. I mean, nigga, I know how it works, but maybe.
I mean, you see. Scroll down. I mean,
I'll see. I'll check it because I can see most of everything I have in iCloud, and the furthest thing I have back is probably 2018, which it was way before that.
Okay.
So yeah. That's the holidays. I don't know where we were, but I just started rambling on
Actually, so I actually replaced both of those holidays with one holiday. So and it actually comes from that idea of I wanted to capture that spirit, but
Yeah.
without attaching it to that holiday.
Yeah.
So I actually celebrate this thing that I call Share Bear season, which lasts from the beginning of November till the end of January. And it's basically where you take that entire like what is normally like the holiday season and you use that opportunity to like people you love, family, friends, significant others, and you just like carve out time within that season to I'm gonna hate myself for having to edit that out. I'm gonna spend time with those people, and it can be like a gift, it can be an experience, or it can be time, and you just find time within that season to like sort of celebrate with those people.
Yeah.
And as far as like how they looks decorating it, so and Reese is gonna laugh when I say this. So you have the option of using either both or one or the other of a bear statue slash cutout. Cutout is much more cheaper, obviously. Or a tree, but you don't dress it up to be like Christmassy. You just make it look snowy. And at the top, you put a bear on it instead of like star. And you just make it look like natural and snowy. And obviously, I'm going to throw some like pictures on here where people can see. And with the bear cutout or statue, you dress it up to sort of how you want it to, just to make it feel like casual, homesy, a part of like where you're at. It just however you feel at the moment. But like, you know what, I want this bear to wear this. And for me, it's like a very feeling of like tenderness and familiarness and joyous, because you just like you can make the bear look goofy, you can make it look like cool. You just have like these big options that you can do.
How do you think people have responded to like the change in it being something like Share Bear Day?
So a lot of my friends like they like it, isn't they find it obviously
Right.
they haven't heard it before because
Right.
of how they made, but they like the concept because okay, like
Yeah.
you know, like why not?
How'd you come up with the name?
So I love bears.
Right.
I was like, okay, I don't want the aspect of Christmas around like giving someone something, and I don't really fuck with Thanksgiving. So I was like, okay, what's something that you can sort of vibe with that kind of represents the wintry time of year? I was like, okay, I got a bear or a penguin. I think a bear is much more cooler than a fucking penguin.
And it rhymes with share. So
yeah.
it makes more sense. A process of elimination. Penguin and bear. We chose bear.
Yep.
I like that. Yeah, Share Bear season. I think you've been doing it a year or two now.
So this is the second year.
And I like the I like the essence of it, and I don't mind a person moving away from traditional Christian holidays, because if you don't have a real attachment to them, you just don't,
And I'm not like a jerk about it. Like if someone says to
Yeah.
me like Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna be like, oh, why did you say that? I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, thank you, and I'll just say like Happy Holidays or something.
Yeah. That way you kind of isolate it, cover a full range of things. I think my favorite thing about like Christmas is mainly the lights. Like driving by and being able to see the lights that people have on there. He just ruined my moment there.
I'm sorry,
but no, you're good. I'm fucking with you. But yeah, the lights, to be able to drive by and see those, it just feels good. It makes me feel warm. It makes me feel like people are a little bit kinder in the world for the moment, and so I appreciate it, And so happens one of my best friend's birthdays on that day, so fuck it, I'll enjoy it while I have it. You know what I mean? But yeah, speaking of December, we have Avatar 2 coming out then. That's getting closer and closer.
Have you seen the first one?
I'm going to see the first one. Today, actually, is the day that I'm seeing the first one. Yeah. I figured I need a holiday. I need a movie to watch because obviously Thanksgiving, people are off, and I want to kind of spend some of that time, watching a good movie. So I'll watch something I haven't seen, and Avatar 1 will be the one. And then on December 16th, I'll go see Avatar 2 in IMAX.
Where are you watching it at?
What? Avatar 1?
Yeah.
Probably gonna watch it.
Do you want? I mean, are you gonna like rent it? And
No, it's on Disney Plus for free.
Is it the extended version or regular?
I don't know. I was talking to a guy and he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, you want to see Avatar tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You need to watch the special edition, the extended cut or something." He was like,
let me check on that right now. Let me check on
he
that.
was definitely telling me that I need to watch that one.
Cause like, but I like you've seen the beginning part of it.
Yeah,
but you remember that part where it showed him.
Well, I don't want to wait. Stop.
Okay. The part that takes place on Earth.
I haven't attempted to watch this movie in maybe 5 years.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, without spoiling anything, the part that takes place on Earth.
I don't remember. I can't.
No.
At this current moment,
I'm not referencing it, so you remember. I'm just saying, like the scenes that take place on Earth. Originally in the movie.
Yeah. He's saying that. Oh, you're saying the same thing that that he was saying. He was saying that you get a more extended backstory of before everything kind of went down in that world.
It doesn't say if it's on like.
Yeah, if it isn't, I'll probably find it sometime.
I have the Blu-ray as long as I get it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? I'm going to fall in love with it so much that I'm like, you know what? He's never getting this back.
Yeah,
I hear it's really
good.
That
good. Like it's not like.
Yeah, I hear it's really good.
And like you know me, like I'm not a person to be like. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is great. You should like it," and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna like it." Like I'm not a guy that's gonna be like, "I'm not gonna like it because you and everyone else says I should like it."
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna look at it and see if I'm genuinely interested in the concept.
Right.
And Avatar is one of those things that like it's great thing. Like one of the things I will raise the Avatar over is that a lot of movies like, and don't punch me in the face when I say this, Star Wars or like a lot of space exploration or just space extraterrestrial dealing with things that aren't human, they still somehow try to find a way to bring humans as the center or the main characters.
Yeah.
And Avatar is like main focus.
Understandably.
But Avatar like is just like main focus. Like the Na'vi, the people, the race of the people, like they're the main focus. They're the main.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect. Like I never understood this, and I'm gonna get punched in the face for this. Why on Star Wars, a galaxy so fucking far away with millions of aliens and billions of alien races and planets. Hey, white human beings, you're the dominant civilization.
Oh yeah, it's kind of I definitely agree there. I was reading something that the I forgot his name. But the main actor of the movie, Shang-Chi, he was talking about like how he was kind of giving some pushback to Scorsese and Tarantino about how they feel like movies are now. And one of his end things was like, you know, the golden age of movies was great, but that shit was white as hell. Like, that's exactly the way he said it. Yeah. And when you think of something like a Star Wars, and I think people have brought that up before about Star Wars, but it's like, yeah, now it's time for us to be able to, and that's what I think he was praising Marvel for, just for clarity, that they're making movies where you can have an Asian lead and they, you know, the entire movie is an Asian cast and it still does these numbers, right? Same with Black Panther, stuff like that. And that's important.
Rest in peace, Chadwick.
Rest in peace, Chadwick. That's really important for movies nowadays to be able to show that. And Tarantino and Scorsese, they weren't making those movies. Like, while I love those actors and I love their movies, like to a T, like I'm telling you, I really, really do. None of those characters look like me. And then just when referencing Tarantino, the characters that do like me, they're getting called the N-word. Like, just to be honest, like I mean, while some of them are cool, like Django and Samuel L. Jackson in Hateful Eight, but
Tarantino didn't. Did he? I'm thinking about the movie Death Proof. I think he did.
I think Death Proof.
Yeah. The girl on there, I forget her name, but she's basically like Black Samuel L. Jackson, the way she was cussing.
Oh yeah, and Jackie Brown, he does a good job of kind of making Samuel. He was a piece of shit, I think, in that, but. He was good in it. But I say all that to say that I definitely feel you when you say like you like Avatar because of its difference of what it's focusing on. It's not focusing on just the human race. So fair. That does make me excited for this movie, part 1, and I've seen enough trailers of part 2 that this shit looks beautiful. Apparently it's going to be 3 hours long. I have a specific plan that I'm going to have for seeing Avatar 2. And it definitely involves really immersing myself inside of the world, and I have to do that. Like,
if that motherfucker is in 3D, I'm watching that shit.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say that they watch movies in 3D, and fuck it. You know what? I might, if I like Avatar 1 enough, I actually might watch this shit in 3D. I might do what I usually don't do and watch a movie in IMAX 3D just to see it. Fuck it.
So the normal 3D trope and what puts people away from 3D is that you'll have a scene in there where it's like a gun or something hanging out. And
Yeah.
Avatar doesn't do that. It's more like about you being a part of that world. The sun rays, the birds flying, like the things in that world to pull you in, like
to fully make you feel like
you're right there. It's not like a gimmicky type of thing. And that's what really sells it.
Yeah, and we were talking about that, me and Reese one day. We were talking about because another notable one in terms of a 3D movie, funnily enough, is Spy Kids. Spy Kids was gun to the camera, like something's flying and falling into the theater, it feels like. But that's cool. But that's what would also push me away from 3D, because I was like, I don't necessarily need that for a movie. And everyone who's seen Avatar that I talked to, and especially in 3D, they describe it the same way that you do, right? They describe it in a way where it's like, it really immerses you in there. Like, it was made for 3D. So I don't have a gripe against seeing it that way. Hopefully I like the movie enough to see it in 3D. But I'm an IMAX guy, just straight up.
Did you see the trailer for the new one?
Yeah.
Like
multiple ones. Yeah.
Bro. The new trailer like that came out, which it was the one that was at the beginning of Black Panther, so I'm sure you saw it, when they were showing like the humans that I guess are something that they're trying to mine or extract materials in the water. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna happen.
Well, I don't have a thought on, like, I'll do this thing. I do this thing when I'm watching trailers that I try not, unless it's a Marvel movie, because those just have a streamline. But if it's a new movie, I try not to figure out too much of the story.
Nah, it's like nothing specific with the story. Just like humans are there.
Yeah.
They're fucking shit up. And
you can pretty much
and the Na'vi are about to turn me fuck
hopefully
them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when you see the first one, and the motherfucker blue, I ain't fucking with him. Like, I ain't fucking with him. All I'm saying is, if natives to a land that are blue can fuck with motherfuckers that got flying fucking machinery and mech suits.
Yeah.
Y'all cool. Like, I don't got no beef with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I will be catching that one.
Hey, before you watch Avatar, the first one, watch the trailer.
The trailer of Avatar 1?
Yeah.
Why?
To hype you up.
Oh, I'm already hyped. I'm already hyped.
Watch the trailer so you can get the full experience. Like,
I'm waiting for certain moments.
You know what? When this is off, I'm showing this guy this trailer. Like 100%, I'm showing this guy this Avatar trailer. I'm gonna put it on my my living room TV with the surround sound, and this guy is gonna be watching that shit.
Yeah, I love Avatar. I think it's gonna be great. It looks really cool. And I'm excited for that part 2. I don't think there was anything else that I had thought about that I wanted to
I will say this quickly about Star Wars though.
About Star Wars?
Yeah.
All right.
I know like this is a little backtrack to what we was previously saying.
But it's a callback.
Callback. So okay. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, a lot of them didn't have people of color when they originally came out, and if they did, the motherfucker was portraying someone.
What do you mean?
I think it's Orlando Calrissian. I may be saying the name completely wrong in Star Wars.
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, Lando.
Yeah. What about
he
him?
betrayed? He betrayed them. And
Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like they play like a villain or something.
Oh, that's kind of like the same old trope that they say like black people get killed first in horror movies.
Or like and I remember someone was referencing like it was like a black kid in Prisoner of Azkaban. And I was like, yeah, they did have that person in there, but it's the equivalent of like a black busboy giving a white guy directions in like a 1960s.
You know, while we're on this topic, fuck it. Why not? And we're talking geek shit, but this is something that was kind of interesting in the sports world. The owner of the Dallas Cowboys, his name is Jerry Jones. Over the weekend or over the few days, a picture came out of him as like a teenager in Little Rock, Arkansas, at a rally to desegregate or not to integrate schools. And so like he's in the back of the picture and he's kind of just looking on. And they're like the black kids that other white kids are not trying to, have them come into the school or whatever. And they're looking evil and mean. And I just think that was important to note because he's the owner of probably the biggest football team to be out. And it's just been so quiet as kept that at some point he was somewhere near, kind of the.
Was he against it or?
Yeah, he's just standing on the side of. Gotcha. I'll ask you this.
Okay.
If we're in like 1957. As a white man.
No, you're right. I just was curious, like, because like, was he like standing there like perplexed?
Well,
or was he, like...
I'll say it how he's spinning it. How he's spinning it is, because just in the photo, he's just standing there looking. He's like, I was only watching. I was only looking on. I'm just kind of interested. And while that could,
wait.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are like trying to
desegregate or
they're trying
not
to
integrate.
They're trying to maintain segregation. Yeah, and you just standing there interested now.
Yeah, he's saying like his defense was, I was a young curious boy and I'm just watching on as things going on. I had no dog in that fight, and basically my response to that is because of course, what will the person who owns probably the richest football team in the world say? That houses a bunch of black people. Hey, I wasn't doing anything. I was just there, just watching. And I just say that to say that, Jerry Jones is. I guess I'm not putting I'm not titling him anything. I'm not putting something on him. I just want it to be noted that that's who we have. Making the lives of a lot of young black people, a lot of young black men. A person who had one point in his life, and I don't think that was the only point in his life, present at a moment where it's like, hey, let's keep black people on the outside of this.
Yeah.
I don't think that was his first moment. I don't think that was his first instance. It was in Little Rock, Arkansas, so I'm pretty fucking sure you can guess what he was thinking, what he heard, what he said. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to note that. It probably won't get anywhere. He'll probably sweep it under the rug.
And I'm going to tie that into something geek related too. Right. But first, about Star Wars.
Yeah.
The thing that put me off about Star Wars, because, okay, they had Mace Windu. I was like, okay, y'all coming up.
Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson.
How do you pronounce the guy's name that played in The Force Awakens? That was the Black Stormtrooper? The actors.
Just Finn.
No, the actor.
Fuck. What's
it's like Boyega.
John Boyega.
Yeah, John Boyega. So when he was initially announced, because he was a Black Stormtrooper, people were like throwing criticism or making upcry about it, but they weren't like directly. It was some that was saying it directly, but it was some that was saying, "Oh yeah, he doesn't look like the other ones because they're supposed to be clones." Yeah. When in the prequels, a lot of them didn't really look like each other.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie came out. It was actually a really good movie. Mm-hmm. People were like trying to nitpick him, and the way that he was written in that movie, was obvious that they had planned to do more with him in that trilogy. But because of how people responded to him, and he even made a comment about this shit, they wrote him to have a lesser part in the trilogies because of honestly racist.
Yeah. And just to make that point, right? I think it's important to say, because I've heard some another black intelligent man say this before. Think about it. Darker people across the world are treated worse, just in general.
Yeah.
Darker people across the world, right? The darker your skin is, the browner your skin is, the worse you'll be treated, no matter where you're at. That's it.
And he was a fairly dark person.
Yeah,
too.
that isn't. That's really disheartening, right? Because it's kind of like, oh, I don't know what the issue necessarily is with, people that are of darker skin, but that's the obstacle that we face daily, and I don't think the world would will come together for real, and this is gonna sound nutsy, but until we are faced with someone other than us, right? I think that I think that there are a lot of things to be clarified from the things that are flying over the ocean and are dropping down and people can't catch them, right? I don't know if they're from the ocean or from the sky. Regardless, I think that people as humans won't ever really get together until we are faced with someone other than a human, I guess, or whatever feels like human. And I don't think we'll ever reach that point until that point. So that sounds a little nutsy. It sounds a little conspiracy theorist towards the end, but we'll see, I guess.
It's just interesting, because I was like, he's already there. Why write him out? Why write his part? Let's say, why respond? And it was just like,
and I liked Finn. Finn was good. Finn was good.
It was obviously that they intended for him to at some point wield a lightsaber, be.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, y'all really lost me on that. I was really gonna mess with it. I was like, you know what? This is my time to ease in Star Wars. At least y'all trying. And then they just I was like, bro.
Star Wars has its moments for me. I'm not just a hardcore Star Wars person, but I'm definitely somewhere within the realm. But that's what I'll also go back to give Marvel their credit for being able to do these things, right? You have such a huge platform. Shout out to Kevin Feige for really being probably the best producer to ever exist. Because of just what he's been able to do at Marvel, it'll be unmatched forever. And yeah, thank you for putting, people of color onto a big screen.
And this also leads me to a question. I'm glad you asked that too. To loop this back around to that Dallas Cowboy owner, and since you brought up Marvel, where the fuck was Captain America doing fucking segregation? The man that stood across for people's freedoms, that stood for equality above all. This man was extra quiet on segregation. I'm talking about no photos of this nigga doing a sit-in. This nigga was Mr. Captain America.
Yo, what? That's funny that you say that. A lot of people were asking, they were like, T'Challa, spoiler alert, T'Challa had his funeral at the beginning of Captain America, of Black Panther 2. Where the fuck was every Avenger?
No. See, I understand that.
I understand that.
They wouldn't invite. They more than likely wouldn't.
They wouldn't invite them.
Yeah,
but see, we know that. We know that as nerds.
Yeah.
We know that as nerds. And then honestly, you couldn't call Marvel out for that because that's too big of a. It's too easy of a wiggle out. All you have to do is say, "Oh, Wakandans wouldn't let outsiders in."
Yeah,
that's it. It's just an easy.
Yeah, it.
It's an easy way to get out of that. So I didn't like it, but I think it was funny that people brought that up.
Yeah, it was like y'all must don't like.
They were like everybody was at fucking Tony Stark's funeral. Rest in peace, Tony Stark. God, he was great.
But I was like, bro, y'all on top of them not letting outsiders in, Wakanda wasn't love. If you seen the movie Wakanda and Wakandans, a country, they weren't on everyone's good graces.
Yeah,
they were pretty much they pretty much had bad reputation with the world just because they wouldn't share vibranium.
Yeah.
That courtroom scene was hard, by the way.
She was hard as fuck. Yeah, Black Panthers 2, go see that again. This, I guess, is not an ad, not a sponsor. But I loved it. It was great.
It was the best they can do without him.
Yeah, it was the best they can do without him. For sure.
Without recasting him.
Yeah. You don't need to recast him. But yeah, I think that's about all I got.
That's everything I have. If you're watching this, hopefully you had a very good holiday and hopefully you got some really good deals. But speaking of the holiday that's coming up, don't make it materialistic. Focus on the time that you spend with the people. Because one day they're going to be gone. Like one day, everyone you know at some point won't be there. Sometimes you might beat them to it, but cherish them while you're there in front of you.
Yeah, cherish these moments, like we are but a fraction of time. So it's kind of like you can think about that in a negative sense and say nothing matters. Life is just this massive thing. Or you can just say, you know what? If I'm going to live this life, and even in this fraction of a moment, try to make it the best. Enjoy your people. Enjoy life. Yeah. This is Geek Goonz.
We never even said episode name. I think it's 19.
I don't know. We'll just title it, whatever it is. That's who we are.
Well, I guess that'd be the episode. Spend the time that you have here with the people you love. That's very long. Cherish the people you love.
We were gonna work on that fucking title. But this has been the Geek Goonz, ladies and gentlemen.
This is TK.
Reese. Oh shit. Fuck this up.
That was a nice episode.
That was a good episode. I think we did a lot of important notes. Yeah, like it was kind of like it felt like a Thanksgiving episode,